We're now going to cover our first big piece of Mandarin grammar, the particle le.
了
This particle has three main uses. It can indicate that something has changed. For example, it has started to rain. It can indicate something has finished. For example, I finished my work. Or it can be used as a sort of spoken exclamation mark. For example, that's incredible. How did you say it's raining?
下雨
Now, if you wanted to say it started raining, just add le to the end. Try it.
下雨了下雨了
This would mean a minute ago it wasn't and now it is. So used in this way, it's drawing attention to a change of state. With that in mind, how might you say, it's just turned 5, meaning 5 o'clock?
5点了5点了
Ask, what time is it now?
现在几点钟现在几点钟
And how would you reply? Now it's just turned 5.
现在5点了现在5点了
How did you say very good?
很好
And how would you say your Chinese is very good?
你的中文很好
And using le, how might you say your Chinese is very good now?
你的中文现在很好了你的中文现在很好了
This implies that your Chinese has become very good since last time. In English, we would say your Chinese is good now, and the use of now would imply the same thing. In Mandarin, though, you need to use le if you want to emphasize that it has become good. Ask, do you know my friend?
你认识我的朋友吗你认识我的朋友吗
How would you say, he doesn't live here?
他不住在这里他不住在这里
Now, how do you think you might say, he doesn't live here anymore?
他不住在这里了他不住在这里了
Adding that le indicates the situation has changed. It suggests he used to live here, but has since moved away. Do you remember the word for Chinese food?
中国菜中国菜
And what were the words for big and small?
大小大小
And how did you say because in Mandarin?
因为
Say, I don't want to go because it started to rain.
我不要去因为下雨了我不要去因为下雨了
Do you remember the word for inside?
里面里面
Listen to the word for outside.
外面外面外面
Which part of that do you think means out?
外外
Imagine you're talking on the phone. Say, hello, where are you?
你好你在哪儿
How would you say, I'm outside?
我在外面。我在外面。
Say, we're all outside.
我们都在外面。我们都在外面。
Listen to the word for cold.
冷。冷。冷。冷。
That's third tone. How did you say China is big?
中国很大。
Now, using that sentence structure, say, it's cold outside. Literally, outside, cold.
外面很冷 or 外面冷。外面很冷 or 外面冷。
Notice the Chinese say outside is cold, just as they say China is big, whereas in English we change the word order. It is cold outside versus China is big. That's because English makes use of it to refer abstractly to what we're talking about, like the weather, whereas the Chinese don't do this. Also, you'll notice using 很 was optional here. In this particular situation, 外面 makes it clear enough that you're talking about the temperature. Say, I know.
我知道。
Say, I know tomorrow it will rain.
我知道明天会下雨。我知道明天会下雨。
Ask, will it be cold tomorrow?
明天会冷吗？
And how would you ask the same question using the 不 method?
明天会不会冷？
Reply, I don't know, but it will rain.
我不知道，但是会下雨。我不知道，但是会下雨。
How would you say, your English is really good now?
你的英文现在很好了。你的英文现在很好了。
Say again, it's cold outside. Literally, outside, very cold.
外面很冷。
Say, it's raining outside. Literally, outside, falling rain.
外面下雨。
Now say, it started to rain outside.
外面下雨了。外面下雨了。
Now, if you wanted to say, the coffee is cold, the Chinese would instead say, the coffee has become cold, because it's something that is supposed to be hot. So, how might you say, the coffee is cold? Literally, the coffee has become cold.
咖啡冷了。咖啡冷了。
So, indicating a change of state like this is the first of the three main ways le is used. The second way it's used is to indicate a completed action. How do you say, I eat?
我吃 or 我吃饭。
Now, if you wanted to say, I ate, you can simply add le to the end. Try it.
我吃了 or 我吃饭了。我吃了 or 我吃饭了。
Ask, have you eaten?
你吃饭了吗？你吃饭了吗？
This is a very common expression in China, so common that it's actually a greeting. In the same way that we use the idiomatic expression, how do you do, the Chinese sometimes say, have you eaten to greet one another. It tends to be more popular among the older generations, but it is still used. The correct response is usually just to say 我吃了, even if you literally haven't. How do you say he will come?
他要来。他要来。
So how would you say he has come?
他来了。他来了。
Say I do.
我做。我做。
And now I did.
我做了。我做了。
How would you say what do you do? As in, what job do you do?
你做什么？
How about what are you doing?
你在做什么？
And what about what did you do?
你做了什么？你做了什么？
So how would you say what did you eat?
你吃了什么？你吃了什么？
Now, that's grammatically correct, but rarely said. The Chinese would normally say, what things did you eat? How did you say, what thing?
什么东西？什么东西？
So try and say, what things did you eat?
你吃了什么东西？你吃了什么东西？
Now notice we've put the le immediately after the verb 吃 there. You can also put it at the end of the sentence and say 你吃什么东西了? As a rule of thumb, if the le comes immediately after the verb, you're suggesting you've completed something you do often. Whereas, if you put it at the end of the sentence, you're suggesting it's more of a rare occurrence. As we'll soon see, le at the end of a sentence can also be a sort of spoken exclamation mark. So if you're using it at the end of the sentence to indicate a completed action, you are also de facto putting some exclamation on it, suggesting it's a rare occurrence. But this is just a rule of thumb. Think of it as true 80% of the time and use it to guide your usage. There are literally so many situations where le can crop up that it's not true for all of them. From now on, though, for simplicity's sake, I'll place it immediately after the verb unless there's a reason to do otherwise. But remember, it is grammatically acceptable to do either. How did you say, it's cold outside?
外面很冷。
How about, today it's cold?
今天很冷。
Say, it's not cold today.
今天不冷。今天不冷。
Say, $5.
5块钱。
Say, 5 pieces of apple.
5块苹果。
Ask, how many people?
几个人？
How do you think you would ask, how many pieces of apple? Remember to use the right measure word.
几块苹果？几块苹果？
Ask, how many pieces of apple did you eat? Literally, you ate how many pieces of apple?
你吃了几块苹果？你吃了几块苹果？
But now ask, how many apples did you eat?
你吃了几个苹果？
Say, today I've eaten 10 apples.
今天我吃了10个苹果。 or 我今天吃了10个苹果。
How did you ask, how much money?
多少钱？
How did you say, very good?
很好。
So how would you say, very many?
很多。很多。
You can actually use the word good here instead of very. Listen.
好多。好多。
So 很多 and 好多 both mean very many. 好多 is a bit like saying a good many and is actually a little more common in Mandarin as it rolls off the tongue better. But both 很多 and 好多 are correct and mean the same thing. You can use either, and from now on we will use both interchangeably so you get used to them. Say, I ate many.
我吃了很多。or 我吃了好多。我吃了很多。or 我吃了好多。
Say, today I ate many apples.
今天我吃了好多苹果。今天我吃了好多苹果。
Once again, when used in this way, the le is indicating a completed action. This is important to recognize because frequently English speakers mistake le for the past tense. It's not. Its job is to indicate a completed action, and it just so happens that completed actions frequently occur in the past. For example, how might you say, I haven't eaten?
我没吃。or 我没有吃饭。
In the case of negatives, generally you are expressing something you haven't done or completed, so you cannot use le, even though it is the past tense you are referring to. If, however, you inserted a period of time, for example, a month, you could use le, because you would essentially be saying, a month of not eating has been completed. How might you say, I haven't eaten for a week?
我1个星期没吃饭。or 我1个星期没吃饭了。我1个星期没吃饭。or 我1个星期没吃饭了。
But as you can see, it's still optional, as the use of may provides enough context to understand the action has been completed. With all that in mind, take a stab at how you would say these sentences. Yesterday, I ate lots of apples.
昨天我吃了好多苹果。
Today, I haven't eaten any apples.
今天我没吃苹果。
Today, I don't want to eat any apples.
今天我不要吃苹果。
Today, I will not eat any apples.
今天我不会吃苹果。
Yesterday, it rained.
昨天下雨了。
Rain is viewed as something which starts or stops, so it has a definite endpoint at which you can say it's completed, and so le is used. Now try and say, yesterday it was cold.
昨天很冷。
Temperature is viewed as a state or condition, without a definite completion point. Hence, no le is used with it. It's as if you're describing yesterday, rather than a completed event yesterday. Now, you could be pedantic and argue that rain gradually stops, just as cold weather gradually fades to warm. However, it's best not to do so if you want to remain sane. And actually, if you think about it, we view things the same way in English. We say, it rained, because we recognize rain as starting and stopping, but we say it was cold, and not it colded, because we view temperature as a more gradual change without a start and end point. Anyway, with that in mind, how might you ask, was he at home yesterday?
他昨天在家吗？他昨天在家吗？
Here, le has again been left off because being at home is viewed as a continuous state, a bit like being hot or cold. As an action has not been completed, there is no le. But how might you say, he's not here anymore, as in, he's no longer here?
他不在这里了 or 他不在了
Here, the le is no longer a completed action, but rather is being used to indicate a change of state. He was here, and now he's not.